Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm gonna be analyzing one of the chess games that I played recently on my alternate account while just trying to have fun with really low rated players. Um, so I just got out of nowhere. I just wanted to make a video out of this. I thought that it might help someone who has just started to play chess, and it might be helpful for them to not make the mistake to have certain ideas to like keep in mind while making a move and also keep track of the time. Even though it wasn't much of an issue in this match, it was a 5 minute blitz, and I was against a 450 rated player from India, and I've just renamed him and just written an opponent because um, I don't want it to like I'm humiliating him or something. So let's get right into the. I started with E4 and often goes e5, the most classical that you'll ever see in a chess. And then I go knight f3, he goes knight c6. Again, now for white, that I'm having the white pieces obviously. Now I have a lot of options. I can go bishop f5 for the real base, and then otherwise it's the pawn to c3, that's the Ponziani. Otherwise d4, um, probably gonna be Scotch unless he goes for knight f6. So lot of possibilities, but I just wanted to play it simple. I think I went for d4. My idea was that I will play this pawn to d4. He will take, and then I will take, and he will take back with the knight, and then I can take and have the queen develop. Um, and it's almost equal position. Just the thing is that my pieces are better developed than his. So I think I went for that. Let's see what happens. D4 takes, takes, again takes, and takes back the knight. So you see the bar is favoring me, even though it's uh, the slightest possible, right? Still, it's because the pawn is here and my bishops are opened, and the knight can come out in time, whereas his bishops cannot move. This is the only bishop that he has, and even its uh, full capabilities are not allowed because you see this diagonal is blocked by this, and also the king is nowhere near to casting to the safety, while I can castle in like two moves, like bishop f4 and then castle. So that's the thing. So now here he goes b6. Now, to be very honest, it's a bad move. Reason being, even though it opens this diagonal for the bishop, I mean this one, but you see that it's not doing much. Apart from the bishop, it's doing nothing, right? What I would play in this situation would be either knight to f6 to just develop it, or just develop the bishop, to be honest. And like you see, the reason is you need to bring your pieces as fast as possible in any match so that they can get into action. Right now, they're like sleeping beauties and doing nothing. They're all surrounded by the pawn and literally doing nothing. That's the thing. So he goes for b6, which is bad move, but okay, we will take that. I went for knight b3, develop my knight, and again, I want to have as much possibilities as possible. Reason being, um, see now I can go for bishops here and castle either side. The reason I do this is because uh, you never know where you will need to castle, because it might be that the opponent is so aggressive that you lose a pawns here, or if not this side then this side. So you have to castle, right? It's not a rule to castle, but it's always better to castle in the first 10 moves of the chess game. So he goes for b6, for knight to c3. Then he goes with the bishop c5, attacking my queen, and I cannot take back because obviously this is protected pawn. And so what I do is go with this move. This is not the best move. Reason being, he can just push this and be fine, or just develop his knight as well. That would be nice. But the reason I played it was to target the rook. Uh, but I won't really take it. I'll tell you why. after the next few moves. So now he goes for the to f6. The problem with this move is it may look like that he's threatening a checkmate. It's normally called a scholar's mate. Um, like this is the weakest square for either piece. I mean, for him it would have been like this one. So here that's the case. It may look like he's checkmating me, but he's not because the queen is developed. It's on d5 and not on d1. So the king can move here and be out of check. So even if he moves this, um, I can always move to d1 and be safe. And then he can do not much about it. I mean, he can have like attacks, but it's not gonna matter too much. So still, despite that, I didn't want to take his rook. Reason being, I wanted this game to go uh, a little further because this would have been like a total loss for him. He lost his rook early on. His bishop cannot move because it's pinned, and that's the thing. Even if he takes check and we do this, I'm still in a very nice position. So I didn't take the rook. What I did was actually the bishop. That's actually the worst move possible. I'm sorry for the arrows. That's actually the worst move possible, I guess. Reason being, um, even though this attacks this bishop and defends this square, uh, it's not the best, and it's hard to explain. It's even though it's because clearly the bar says that uh, I lost the advantage. Still, because it's mainly because he can take, then takes back, and then there's a weakness created, and I cannot castle on this side. So that's the thing. Now, what I do is, what he does is pushes the pawn to c6, attacking my queen on the d5, and I can do nothing but move my queen. So the most logical move would be this, and I did this. It is the best move in this position, no doubt. What it does is protects the square that was being targeted, and it's all good. Now he takes. Now any person would take it with the queen. Reason being, you don't want to double the pawns because most that's the worst thing. That's what I meant to say. Now, um, see, I was playing against a 450, even though I'm like almost 2000. The thing is, I wanted to give him advantage in, I mean, anyhow. And the main reason for that is I was just trying to enjoy the game today and not playing like um, putting all my mind into the game and something like that. So I go pawn, doubling my pawns. That's a very bad move. Uh, cannot castle anymore even though I move the bishop because this queen is looking on the f1 square. But obviously this queen will move later on, but still this pawn is not here, so castling is not the best idea because the pawn is no longer here, so the protection is less. I could make a joke, but it's fine. I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm kind of serious. Now let's see. He goes for this knight to h6. Again, not a big fan of this move. Why? It is because see, even though this develops the knight, the knight could have been developed to a better square. Why? According to me, you could just give a check. Even though if queen wasn't, then you can trade. Obviously, that could have been done. But knight deserves to be on this square. It deserves to be developed on this square. Reason being, when you uh, put it here, you're just giving it 1 and 2 squares, right? That's what you're doing. When you develop it over here, what you're doing is you're doing this 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 squares, and 5, 6. Right? The reason I didn't count it over here was is that's it cannot go there. It's going back, and moving the piece back is not considered good. I mean, not always unless it's needed. So after that, whatever, if this were written, queen moves back and then knight develops on here, that could have been done, right? I think, but obviously he's not gonna think that much, that's for sure. So what happens is he brings knight to h6, and then I castle. I long castle. Obviously, short castling is not the best option. Reason simple: the pawn is not here, protection is less, and yeah. After this, he goes for the knight on g4. Now this is something sneaky happened. I'll tell you why. And this actually cannot be ignored. You see, I did calculate it from before. It doesn't matter if the knight comes from here or here. If it does come over this g4 square, you see these rooks are here, right? Once the knight comes over to g4, in the next move, it's targeting the f2 square. And the reason f2 is a threat, is a nightmare to be honest, is because once the knight comes here, it's forking the rooks. Now you'll say when he brings a knight, you can just uh, have some piece attack that defend that square, sorry, because once he brings a knight there, then you just take the knight. My problem is I just have the queen to defending this square. I cannot put my knight here because there's a pawn. Otherwise, that would have been the best move in the position, but that's not possible. Only the queen is here. There's no other move I can do to protect that square, and I have to prepare for that. Because otherwise he can just say if I play any other move random, say I play, he can just bring this in. If I take with the queen, he takes the queen and he's winning with the queen, right? There's no way he's losing that sort of a position, no matter how bad he is. He's up a queen, and that's that's the worst scenario. Otherwise, if I'm not dumb enough, I just play any other move. He can just take the rook again. He can take it, and he's totally fine. He's up a rook, and rook is so important. So it comes like, for me it is like queen, rook, then the bishop, sorry, then the knight, and then the bishop in the end games at least. So yeah, that's why I had to protect it. So see, I cannot protect this guy, but what I can do is protect a fork, and the fork is a piece attacking any piece, more than one pieces at once. So for that, what I did was, I think I brought the rook to g1, and that's what do. And yeah, I did that because it's better if he brings this here, then we can just move this rook here. It's fine, right? And we're safe. If he goes for this, then why not? Just take the pawn. I'm giving away a pawn instead of a rook, and that's, believe me, that's not bad. Unless you were just planning 10 moves ahead and thinking that that pawn would become a queen and then you're gonna checkmate your opponent. That's completely different scenario. Right now, the thing was to defend the rooks, right? So we did that. Now takes the pawn, a very logical move. Now here he's attacking, but this is not as worse as previously, because even if he takes, we can take back, we can activate this rook, and if the queen takes, I mean the queen will not take for obvious reason, because then the rook will take back this queen and win it over. But see, if this takes, then the queen has to move away from this f-file. F-file is this. So, yep. Now what happens is, I play, I mean not the best move again. I'm not playing best, as I mentioned in the first minute of the video, that I will not play best because I'm against a 450. Not gonna bully that. So I could have played this, sorry, f2, and that would have been the best move, I guess. Let me check the, yeah, it is. So yeah, I could have played that, or even this c4, fine, but it's okay. I played this. The reason that this move is better than this There's a reason for it. It's because the queen and the rook that are so powerfully seeing this d5. I mean, the moment he moves his bishop away, I can just check, and I can be aggressive and I can attack him, and he may panic and he may lose. That's what gonna happen if he moves away his bishop or moves away his queen for a while, right? Now, this bishop is stopping the queen and the rook from watching over them. Now, the queen is not in a really nice square, I would say, because it's it's all clammed up. You see, it's it's doing nothing. It's defending the pieces, but it's not attacking any piece directly. So that's not nice. So I do play this bad move, and he goes to g4. I think it's really fine. I attack the knight, thinking I would take, and yeah, he brings his knight again. And now the best move is obviously rook to f1. It activates the rook. It pins the knight to the queen. So if he moves his knight again, then we will take his queen. He will not move that. He will do something different. And what he does is d5. So thinking he cannot like escape like that, so he starts being aggressive again. So this is again a very lame move, I would say. Should have he should have moved his queen, but that way he's losing the piece. What could have he done? He could have done this maybe. Yeah, that would have protected and gotten him out of the pen. Then he could have just taken. Yeah, he could have taken, and then trade might have happened for the knights. Anyways, what actually happened was d5, and then e takes d5, and then I guess c takes d. So really fine. And then after this, c. Here the best move that I also know I would have played if I would play. I would match with a person of same level as mine. I would have played bishop b5 check, and then the king has to move on either of these squares, or bishop would have come to d7, and I might have traded the bishops, right? But I'm playing versus a loaded player, no offense. Welcome to learning chess. It's really nice to play. Thing is, I went reason. I mean, not the best play again, but it's attacking the rook. And now my opponent does an amazing blunder. He causes. I mean, I already gave him the chance to protect his rook once, right? And you will see further in the video. I also blundered my queen, and I was like, take away. I mean, at least be in a winning position, so that it can be interesting for me to win. So he castles, and this is bad. He should have played it. So I mean, even the castling is the best move in this situation, as the engine suggests. I didn't think of the engine. Reason being, if you just castle, I'm gonna take the rook. But I think yeah, there was nothing he could do. Probably this would have been fine. I mean, at least you're saving the rook, right? You're saving the rook. That's what matters. And then later you could castle and then do something. Anyways, he didn't. He castled, and then I would take it because I already gave him one chance, and he used that. How many chances would I just let him have the rook alive for nothing? And it was doing nothing. It wasn't even activated. Now he goes for the bishop to f5. Okay, the best move is c4 because it attacks this bishop, and it offers a trade, because if you had out here, I would have taken, then knight takes back, and the knight is targeting this pawn, and it might ultimately win over a pawn. That's the thing. But actually, wait. If he had brought here takes, then I could have taken the queen. Wait, shouldn't have taken. They might not have happened. Wait, let me check that. Okay. That was, yeah, I would have just taken this. It's fine. That wouldn't happen. Uh, th- Now what happens is takes, then bishop comes to f5. Now, uh, this is actually a bad move. You see why? It's because, see, now my queen and knight are watching on this. His bishop and knight are watching on this. But at the same time, why this is bad is because you're focusing on the pawn and not on the queen. He could just take my next move like this. Oh my goodness. Okay, what? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Anyways, I'm so sorry for that. Uh, so instead of focusing on the pawn, see the queen is being hanged, and I did that on purpose. I mean, come on, bro. Why would you not see? And now again, see, dude has a chance to take my queen, right? He obviously has. But my this okay, he's not mad. My opponent is so generous that he takes my pawn instead of the queen. And now I play knight takes. See, it's not the best move, but you see, now again you might think that, hey, why did you take the knight? You should have defended the queen. But I was like, why? In just in case he takes, I'm also taking his queen with a check. And then he has to take with the pawn. Then I can take this bishop back. So let me show what I'm actually doing. He takes, I take, takes, knight. And ultimately, I'm winning this. I have the two rooks, I had the bishop, and he has nothing. I mean, he has nothing. So that's what I was saying. So this is not that bad of a move, but yeah, it's not the best. Yeah. So what he does is queen to h4. He is attacking this so that, I mean, that's the whole purpose of this move. Attack the knight. Win the knight somehow. Otherwise, this is not too much, I guess. E1 is fine, but yeah, E1 could be a checkmate if the rooks were not here. Anyways, now I have to bring away the queen. Cannot afford to lose that, right? Now, here, this is being targeted, and this is hanging. Now, my eyes are on the bishop, while his eyes are on the knight, right? Okay. Now, he takes. Again, that wasn't the best move though, but it's fine, I guess. Um, fine. Now, the thing is that he takes. I played this move to pin this bishop to the. Cannot move this bishop. If he does, then it's being taken away, and he cannot protect it with anything, right? If he, because the bishop is light square and this is dark square, so I mean, this or there's nothing like he can move the bishop here to protect that. So he has to move away his queen. So what he? Oh, what? Okay, I realize it. So he is target defending the bishop with the rook. Now I go for the pawn to g3, attacking this. Now see, if this pawn is being defended by the rook, so it's not bad at all. But see, the problem is can sneak in, and queen sneaking in can be dangerous. But the only reason I played it was to attack the queen so that at least the queen moves away from this bishop. And that's what happened. He gives a check. I bring out my rook. Reason being that attack. See, I have to attack. counterattack takes, and I can take it. I'm fine with it. But he goes bishop away to g6. It's fine. See, it's not the best move again. I would not. I would say it to be a move to my favor. And now, you see, because I, I cannot play this because this is pinned. Otherwise, I would have. Not gonna lie. But I can play this, right? I think I did that. Oh, I didn't. Oh, okay. That would have been the best move. I see. I was just analyzing the match, and I said that this is the best move because then the trade happens. But instead of doing that, I played this. Why? Just to attack this rook and see the bar fell down to like 0.5. Now what happens is he brings his rook to the d8 square, attacking my queen. And come on. Now see, there could have been a mating bet here. You know why? Because if I do this, he thinks that, hey, this guy blundered his queen. I could just checkmate him, back rank, sorry. Uh, and nothing he can do. That's a queen sacrifice. But see, I'm not gonna make fun of him like that. He's 450. So what I did is queen to f2 and see again the bar fell down. And it's because this move does nothing. Oh, I'm sorry. Where is it gone? Okay, wait. Are we not game yet? Not. Send those out. Yeah. Okay. So this happened, right? Now, this is the worst move I could have played in this position, but for alright. It's bad because I should have played this to defend this. When I do this, I leave this hanging, and he took that. He took the chance, right? He takes. I bring this to trade the rooks, and he does trade. Now what he does is a check, and that's valid. I do this because it's not bad move because I'm defending this with the. Now again another check. I move the king to a darker square. Now remember, guys, if you're facing a light square bishop, right? Then always try to make your king in plays in a dark square. It will it will it's a really simple thing to think about, but it will do miracles. Trust me. So now I just went to c1, and now he gives another check. The only move is this or this. This is rook is going to lose because the bishop is losing because see why it's losing. If I do this, then the bishop is also here. So it's just a mate in one. See, it's not like if I do this and he does this, I can take what this bishop is keeping an eye. So I just move again to a darker square, and that's the only possible option I had. Honestly, not even. Then he gives another check. In this position, I have two moves, and I chose not to play this because this just blocks my queen. So I played this c3. He gives another check. Now see, guys, here's where I thought, okay, it's time I have given my opponent a lot of chances. I tried giving him my I have given him the chance to save his rooks. I have blundered my queen purposely, and then now it's time to make things over. Now see, guys, when he gives a check, I mean it's really easy to think about to just take, but he would be like, why is he giving away a queen like that? I mean, he knows that the bishop is facing that square, then why? So he might think about it and he might try to escape a checkmate and see. Reason is that d8 is a checkmate. He's getting back ranked, and that's the worst thing that can be possible, right? To anyone. Anyways, we should have played H6 or 4 so that he could have escaped that. So I didn't play that because if he takes then this, and that's really simple to understand. But I don't know. I just wanted to see how he if he's greedy. Okay? So what I went for was Rook D3, and that's a bad move according to the engine because it it just gives the opponent a chance to win, right? He can just take my queen now, and you might be like, "Hey, you blundered you," but hey, didn't give my queen for nothing. I checkmated, and that's why, guys, never be greedy. Because once you are, I mean, you don't know when you're getting trapped. So that's a life lesson from a simple game of chess and versus a not so high rated player too. So use your mind. Always use your mind and have fun just like I did. And I didn't make this video for like really intense mind games of chess. It was really simple, and I hope I explained the little things that I took care of while making a move. And I was just enjoying the game, and I hope you all did too. Thanks for watching, guys. Please make sure to like and subscribe the channel. I mean, you can turn the notifications off if you don't want to see the. I mean, if you don't want to see if you don't want to see them popping up on your phone all of a sudden. Otherwise, it's fine. I mean, I just gonna be making running videos on chess and maybe Clash as well. So until then, thank you guys and have a nice day. Bye bye.